hello, people from who have opened enough to understand or get to the ability to have the possibility that like the deep space programs actually exist and are very real. And it took me a long time to get to that point that I actually that I was nodding. Okay, this is possible. Okay, this is very possible. Also thanks to David Wilcock, and actually I've been following David. I got David Wilcock through Project Camelot, and he's doing, I mean, his research was too far away for my mind. Well, not reality. I have researched a lot of things that David was talking about, and I knew these things like when I was really young. I've always deepened myself into the spiritual realm, facts about the old civilizations on the planet, in basic history. I love history. I absolutely love history. And so, yes, by that, going into details from like looking at the stonework, and that this other type of stonework is just, there is no link, but the link between that is it's so far away and it's so weird. And if you really look at these really megalithic blocks, they are like, they're huge. And if you scrape the surface, you can see that there's like something growing off it. So you know that these rocks are extremely old, and older than these other little rocks. Anyway, so I'm going a bit too far with back. So thanks to David Wilcock, Corey Good as well again. Getting back to Deep Space Program. So all of you guys that are open, and maybe some of you are not, and if someone has subscribed to my channel, then I think they are from the cryptocurrency scene, so Bitcoin related and stuff like that. But this is not about Bitcoin. Well, somewhat. I will move a little bit there as well. So, as Corey Good was talking about, we've got a problem. The deep state programs are heavily manipulating our YouTube, social media, all the media corporations globally. Okay, for all the people who don't understand that, then this video is way too far off your head. First, do the research about how fake is the news and how like it's so far away from the truth. Do that research first, and come back here on these type of videos later, and when your mind is slowly more if it slowly learns a little bit more about that. Okay, so I'm going to get back to the Bitcoin and these programs that control and manipulate the mind of the people. So we know that the news media system does that. It's a machine very effectively. It used to be extremely effectively, and now it still is, but we have the upper hand of that one. But right now, the next problem is YouTube and Twitter, Facebook, and how AI is really part of the shit problem. I mean, sorry for the words, for the problem. AI is it's not showing you it doesn't really express those videos. It doesn't express the comments on Twitter or Facebook or something like that. It doesn't, or like the posts. It's like it's a sneaky system that is like, I
think in the back end it's moving extremely fast, and also these really weird glitches that we have in YouTube. When the moment when someone is talking about something really important, something happens, like a glitch. It's like cut out. Something is cut out. And AI, I'm absolutely sure AI is part of this. I think that manual maneuvering is just impossible. They can't do this manually. And that I'm talking about all these control groups that are behind all these like super like big bases, just full of people, just non-stop trying to get this population in a narrative, in their square narrative that they want the population to get into, and keep as the book. A book what is also a big must-read. Not talking negative about Jews, but the Zionist Jew phenomena is a pretty bad thing. And I'm not saying that all Zionists are bad. I think it's just a few of those. It depends on the minds there. It's if they know that they're doing horrible bad things and they persist, okay, those are the bad people. But the people who are not really knowingly stepping there and maybe tricked, I can't blame them. Their tricking mechanisms are very, very advanced, for sure. Like most people got tricked. Everyone watching this video, I'm sure, got tricked. So very, very few people opened their mind like that. They were born like, oh, open my mind. No way. They were born in like a mental prison. And then all the taxation and like taxations and schooling systems that lock the mind down as more as possible, as hard as possible, make it dumb down the mind. Okay, the book is called, about the Zionist thing, the book is called The Protocols of the Learned Elders of Zion. The Protocols of the Learned Elders of Zion. There's also an audiobook, check that out. It's a must to understand also more about these 13 bloodlines. And that's not just one, that's just one thing. And it's only about the Zionists. And there's other groups as well. It's not just Zionists. There are other groups, and it's not Jews. It's many different groups. Back to the Deep Space Program, as we all know that the higher top of the pyramid beings are the Draco. So, and I've lost a lot of people now, sure, when I'm filming this. Like, oh, Draco, oh yeah. I mean, the good thing is about free speech. You can talk, and that's the good thing about it. In a positive way, making two sides equal. That's important. With a loving heart. Okay, so back to Bitcoin. I hope that anyone could follow this, but back to Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is also controlled. They have taken over Bitcoin. BTC narrative has been altered. They have changed the code. They've implemented segregated witness. That means they're taking out the segregate part of the witness, like the witness code or something like that. They took it out. And by doing that, they've actually destroyed Bitcoin as it's meant to be. Then, just before that, the hard fork happened, and BCH, Bitcoin Cash, split it away from that, and that was then the real Bitcoin. And majority of the people were like slammed with the media and with Bcash, like as bad negative as possible, to break down that thought wave completely. Like that's not Bitcoin. That is hard. And then now everybody's just like repeating it. Like it's horrible. How bad it is. So bad. That's it. Like everybody's repeating that. But in reality, is like if you would just respect everyone and you would just have time to think about it and learn, you wouldn't talk like that. Anyhow, but this is all programming. Ciao.